Talk about Mexican Independence Day. We can call it Teddy Atlas here in Las Vegas, Nevada. You heard from the champ himself, knocking out the competition.
Good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Richard Ortiz of The Fighter's Voice, the only voice that matters. And I'm like our guest today, GABRIEL ROSADO. We're simply knocking out the competition. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you this fighter in the middleweight division, bringing threats to every middleweight out there when he was competing. When I say when he was, because I believe he hung up the gloves, but I still think he's open for one or two more fights. He's reinvented himself as one of the premier commentators, now a podcast host. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest, King ROSADO. Welcome to The Fighter's Voice.
Hey, what's up, brother? How you feeling, man? Everything good?
Everything's good, man. We were talking a little bit off camera, man. Everything is good. You told me you have some stories. I'd like to do a recap on Saturday's event with Marvin Nation Promotions and
For sure.
Modest Promotions. It was a great event, a great turnout. And the who's who of boxing was in the corral. They were sitting ringside.
Yeah, no doubt, man. There's a couple dope people there, you know what I'm saying? Always good to see Sam Watson in the crowd, you know what I'm saying? So it was good, man. It was a good turnout.
I was surprised to see Sam Watson in the crowd, and I was like, okay, that's the way Marv rolls and Abner, they got those contacts.
Yeah. No, for sure. It's definitely love, man.
And not only that, man, I was watching the rebroadcast. You and Beto Duran did a great job on commentating the fights, man. Everything was tight, and everything that needed to be said was said.
No doubt, man. It's always good working the cards with Beto. Me and Beto been doing it for a while, calling the Golden Boy fights and stuff on the zone, man. So it's real easy to work with Beto, man. You know what I mean? Like we kind of bounce good off each other. So it's like, I mean, it's always dope.
Yeah, he's a true professional, and
No doubt.
he sees the little things, and he's like a fighter. He transitions as he needs to go on whatever's in front of him, and that's a true professional. And
No
as
doubt.
you, I've been hearing yours too, man. And bro, to reinvent yourself, because a lot of people, once they say, "Okay, I'm no longer going to enter the ring," a lot of fighters don't know what to do, and a lot of fighters don't know how to what can I say, give their knowledge out. And commentating, that's right up your alley.
Yeah, man, it's something like, I mean, I enjoyed. I've done it for a while now, man. So, and I mean, it's always that thing I got in the back pocket. But you know what I'm saying, that it's like I don't think I'm totally done with fighting yet. You know what I'm saying? I think
Come
it's a
on.
matter of just waiting for the right timing. You know what I'm saying, to get back in.
Well, I already know who your opponent is, who I want to see you with, and I want to see you with Berlanga. That's no ifs or buts to it. That fight needs to happen, man.
No, for sure.
I see it happening.
No doubt, man. It's a fight where, it's two Puerto Rican fighters that come from the East Coast, you know what I'm saying, rugged, share similar stories in the sense of, just coming from the bottom. And, I'm the OG, he the fresh blood. But it's just one of those things where we've been calling each other, and we've been coming, like throwing shots at each other. Man, I'm saying like 5 years now, you know what I mean? So it's like it's a matter of time where it's like, all right, bet, well, let's make it happen, you know. Um, he fought a guy in his last fight that I found it comical, that you would go from Canelo to fighting a guy that just did 10 years in prison and literally has only had two fights within the last 10 years. How does that even get approved by the commission? Is a joke, is disrespectful to boxing, and for Berlanga to be on such a big stage, and that's the kind of opponent you come back in to fight. Man, it's just is I don't even know what else to say about it. I just think it's just pathetic.
I think he feels the same way. That's why he didn't make a big fuss not being the main event. But how do you go, Gabe, from being
You think who feels the same way?
main
You
event?
think who feels the same way?
I think he feels the same way. He must
No,
feel
he
something.
don't. No, he don't. No, he don't. Because if he did, he wouldn't have fought that guy.
I get that. But my point is, how do you go from a pay-per-view event? Everybody
Yeah.
in the world is watching too. I mean, who even saw that fight? I mean, if you went to the restroom, you missed it. But everybody knew. But I got to give that guy props. He made weight.
I mean, The guy was out of shape. The guy had love handles. The guy's not even a 68 pounder. That's why he made weight. The guy's a welterweight. The guy fought welterweight, junior welterweight when he was active 10 years ago. The guy obviously blew up and he made 68 because he's not a 68 pounder. He has the
No.
frame of a little man, but he was fat. So he made 68 pounds because he was fat. Not because he was like a dedicated athlete and made weight. He's a fat ass
Okay.
that is really a 140 pounder that was big. You know what I'm saying? So
So
it's like, yeah.
so how do you think that changed his career? He's telling everybody, "Hey, I'm fighting this guy who fought for the world title." And who's to blame on this? Is it
How
Eddie
does
Hearn?
that
Is it the
changes
matchmaker, or is it
changes
the fighter
whose
accepting the
career?
fight?
But changes whose career?
Oh, I'm talking about the young cat who moved up and said, "Hey, I got an opportunity, even though I got knocked out in the first round."
He's not young. He was a active fighter. I was supposed to fight him at 154 12 years ago. I know who Mantequilla is. He was active back in the day. He got himself in some shit. I think he did a robbery or some dumb shit, and he got himself in jail. He got locked up in 2014. We were supposed to fight like in 2010, 2011. He got locked up, and when I said we were supposed to fight, it was when I was fighting at 154. He got locked up, and he did 10 years, and he got out. He just got out.
So
He a
who's
old ass. He. I'm up there in age, but I'm an active. I was active.
are you
He's
still
a old ass that wasn't active. He was in jail eating oodles the noodles and shit. The guy's the guy's not healthy.
Oh man!
So it
Oh,
does.
the
So it
fighter's
does.
voice,
It
baby.
it does nothing. It does nothing for that man's career. All it did for him was give him is put money in his pocket.
Yeah,
So good
that's
for
what I'm
him that
saying.
now he got money in his pocket. But that man don't got a career. How
No,
a
what do you do?
career is something that is consistent. The man just got out of jail. He hit the lottery. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He had to get knocked out for it, but that's pretty much what happened with him.
So why would a fighter agree to that? I mean, why would they do that? I know.
Because he
Big
needs
time.
money. Because he needs money.
No, I'm talking. No, I'm talking about the headliner.
Oh, you're saying who?
Uh, uh,
Berlanga?
yeah. Why would he agree to that? Why would he accept that?
Well, he wasn't the headliner, it was the co-main event.
No, yes,
Um,
I know, but why would he even accept anything less from just coming off a big fight with Canelo?
you know what I'm saying? Well, it was his last fight with Matchroom. So Matchroom really didn't want to, and I'm
Yeah.
not talking
Okay.
for them. I'm going by what I saw Eddie
Yeah.
Hearn say, and what Eddie Hearn said was that why would I spend all this money and make a big main event fight for him in Puerto Rico? As that was the plan, but that was for him to re-sign with them. But since he didn't re-sign with them, Eddie just put him on the undercard because he was obligated to give him one more fight.
I got you. Okay. The
So
untold
it was an
story.
obligation to give him one more fight. But if you're gonna give him one more fight, don't give him that guy. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it just kind of. I mean, I don't think Eddie knew who this guy was, and I don't think Eddie knew how bad this guy was gonna look. Because you know what I'm saying. Like I said, the guy was. I mean, he was in jail for 10 years, so no one's seen this guy. So if Eddie saw film on the guy, he saw film on the guy when he was in shape, when he actually had skills. You know what I'm saying?
They just needed a
So
breathing corpse to show up and walk through the ropes and just, hey, let's
yeah,
get
but
you
at
off
the end of the yeah, but
last
at the
fight.
end of the day, this is world championship boxing. This is
Absolutely. I agree.
prime. This is prime time television. This is the zone prime TV like championship fights. So at the end of the day, yeah, okay, on the business side, it's his last fight. Okay, whatever. Let's give him whatever guy that we don't have to spend a lot of money. Okay, I understand all that, but at the end of the day, you got to give him a guy that's at least in the top 15.
I agree.
You can't because let's just be 100. You can't give this guy that just did 10 years in prison a fight with a big, dangerous puncher. You get that guy killed.
Yeah. Well,
That
those were
guy,
my
that guy,
questions. Is that the
that guy
matchmaking
was fresh.
problem?
That guy was fresh. That guy was not in shape one bit.
No. No, he wasn't.
One bit. It was
No,
a
he wasn't.
joke. And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to the promotion. It's embarrassing to
To
the
the brand.
commission. It's embarrassing to boxing. And is literally nothing for Berlanga to celebrate because it's like is embarrassing that that's the opponent you actually fought. It's like a bully. Like you picked on somebody that was like vulnerable and needed money. The man's surviving. He just got out of jail. Of course, he gonna get the fight because he need the bag.
I get you 100%.
Yeah.
And just know what I did say. At least he made weight. It was a joke, bro, because
Oh.
I I understand what was in front of us. But I love the tension. I love the high gear, man. You went from first to freaking. You already stole third. I love it. I love it. That's what I'm talking about.
No.
Keep
Yeah.
that same
Well.
energy because it's real energy. I want to break down the
No.
fight.
Yeah.
No, exactly. And before the end of the
No,
show,
for
I'm going
sure.
to let you have your 5 seconds telling Berlanga exactly how you feel about him and what you want to do in the future to him.
Oh yeah. Well, me and Abner did our show. Is dropping Thursday, so we got a lot to say.
Oh, there you go.
we
Oh,
we
oh,
got a
and you
lot
know
to
what?
say, man.
First of all, congratulations and props on your show, bro. I watched a
Oh,
lot of
thank you, man. I
shows.
appreciate it.
You guys sequence together, man. There's a lot of chemistry. You guys
Thank you,
good
man.
cop,
Thank you. I
bad cop.
appreciate
And
it,
I
man.
love it. Oh, absolutely,
For sure.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, we had
Thank you.
Abner on here too, and he did his thing as well, and
No
he's
doubt.
definitely podcast
No,
material.
Abner, me and him gel good together. We the same age, man. So it's like, we got a little bit of that old school in us. You know what I mean? And it's just like, we're just talking facts, and I think, when you've been fighting for so many years and then you get to commentate and see the new generation, you know, we have our opinions and we have our thing to say. Sometimes guys take it personal, but isn't it like, we're never coming at nobody's character. We're just talking facts, you know what I'm saying? Good or bad.
There's nothing wrong with taking it personal. It's just how do you react once you take it personal? Don't take it up the ass. Just take it personal. Say, okay, well, thank you for letting me know, and now I'm going to go here.
Yeah.
But when people get butthurt and start acting weird, then that's totally on them because life
Yeah.
gives you that type of shit anyway. So it all depends on how you
Yeah.
take it, how you receive it, and how you last with it. But I do want to
No,
talk
for
about
sure.
this real facts. We're talking about and I've kind of changed on what I've been watching, not changed completely, but I'm going to tell you this. I see a different look in the eyes of Jose Ramirez. Now, if he could bring out the Jose Ramirez of old and be able to cut the ring off and do damage and invest to the body, this fight becomes very interesting. And Devin Haney, okay, does he go to boxing? Does he show the world, hey, I got something to prove? Is he buying into the hype? I'm going to sit down on my punches and trade with Jose. How do you see this fight starting and ending?
Well, look, on paper, you favor Haney. Haney's the faster fighter, quicker fighter, a little more sharper. Ramirez is a little more on the raw side of things as far as, very pressure fighter, um, a puncher. So right on paper, Haney is supposed to win the fight.
Yeah.
But I look at it deeper than that because it really comes down to where Haney's mind is at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If if the Ryan Garcia fight made him damaged goods, because you could lose, but it's how you lose. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? You could catch a L or you catch a L, but that L is like a car crash. And you may not come
Exactly.
back from that. You may not be the same. And then at the same time, too, he got hit so hard in that fight. His jaw looked like it was broke, concussion. Not every guy bounces back. The
You're
chances
absolutely
are
right.
really slim. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that do bounce back are special. So Haney has to show that he's special. If Haney's not special, then he's gonna lose bad. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't gonna come down to skills or nothing like that. This is gonna come down to what he got here and what he got here. Mostly what he got here. Because you know what I'm saying, Ramirez is gonna touch him and he's gonna test him and he's gonna apply that pressure. and Haney's gonna have moments in the fight where he's gonna have flashbacks. And not only is he gonna have flashbacks, but he's gonna get hit and he's gonna get buzzed. And when you get buzzed, because you could be in a fight, from my experience, right? You could be in a fight and get buzzed, but your mindset is a dog and you don't give a damn. So you shake that shit off and you go right back. But now when you get whooped like the way Haney got whooped and you catch and you get punched and you get buzzed, that buzz might be real hard to shake off because now all of a sudden it messes with your confidence. Now that but instead of going and be a dog, now all of a sudden you go, oh shit, this what happened last time. And that can happen to Haney. And if that happens to Haney, he in trouble.
What does Jose Ramirez have to do to be victorious?
Man, Jose Ramirez, most importantly, has to remind him of what happened to him last time. So Ramirez needs to understand that this fight is all fights are mental.
Yeah.
But he has a big advantage right now because he did lose his last fight against Barbosa, but it ain't like he lost. It ain't like he took a beating.
Yeah.
He just got outboxed. He didn't take a beating. He got outboxed. And then I think that kind of fight is the perfect fight for him going into this fight now because now he got to deal with another boxer. So he's gonna a guy like Ramirez and having a trainer like Robert Garcia, them guys are going to make adjustments. Those guys are going to go, okay, this is what we did bad against Barbosa. We can't do that against Haney. You understand what I'm saying?
That's exactly.
So I feel that he's going to be able to make adjustments coming off of that Barbosa fight and know what he did wrong in that fight and make the adjustments in this fight. So, and then he has to just not load up on Haney. He just has to touch Haney because every time he touches Haney, it's gonna fuck with his confidence a little bit more, a little bit more. So he don't have to load up because if he loads up, he falls into Haney's trap where that Haney could box. But if he just touches him, boom, 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 effortless shots, just touching him, let him know I'm there, I'm there, I'm there, I'm there. That right there can overwhelm Haney, and then the big opportunity happens where a big shot is available.
I think right now, out of the 6 fighters, Jose Ramirez is the most dangerous fighter, and I'll tell you why. Because he has his whole career on the line. He has everything on the line. Coming off a loss, has a chance to come back in the 147 pound division to change the plans of a lot of people.
Yeah.
A desperate man becomes dangerous. A desperate focused man becomes dangerous. A different a man that wants ready just to get back in there and get back on what he lost is dangerous. And now I'm curious because I want to see how Jose Ramirez reacts after 5 rounds because I see the fight very competitive in 5 rounds. I want to see the second half of the fight. How much did Jose invest into the body, cutting the ring off? Even if he hits the hip, even if he hits the arms, the chest, he has to have Devin Haney feel him going into those 5 rounds.
Yeah. I mean, I think that Ramirez is a skilled fighter and he has experience, but I wouldn't necessarily say he's the most dangerous guy out of all 6 fighters.
I
You know what I'm
say
saying?
that I say that only because he has more to lose. He loses, he has to think of other options other than
You know what? I
boxing.
don't think he does. I don't think he's the one. I think the one that has that chip on his shoulder is Haney. I think Haney's the one that has everything to lose. You know what I'm saying? Because Ramirez lost, but he didn't lose bad. No one talked about him. He didn't become a meme. He didn't become like the talk of everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what happened to Haney was on pay-per-view. It was embarrassing. The lawsuit and then the lawsuit failing because the judge said you can't sue for battery in a combat sport. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what
Yeah.
happens. You get hit. So all these things that are happening with Haney right now, Haney's up against the world. That's why anything and Haney gets butthurt for anything because he's very insecure right now. So the one that for real has everything to lose is Haney. You know what I'm saying? I think Ramirez is cool right now. I think Ramirez coming off of the fight in Saudi and now going into this big fight, I think he's good mentally.
I
I
think
think
he's
the
good
one
mentally going into this fight.
yeah, I think the one I think the one out of all of them that's desperate is Haney. You know what I'm saying? Because Barbosa, he been on the road. You know, Tilfimo is the Ring Magazine champ.
Yeah,
Ryan is Ryan.
yeah,
He's the headliner. Rolly's, you know what I mean? He gets himself in fights because of his character and his, you know what I mean, being animated. So I think the one with the chip on the shoulder, and not only that, but Haney, it gotta feel not only is he gonna have the doubts of what happened to him in the last fight, he gotta fight those demons that night too. So he not just fighting Ramirez, he fighting them demons too. But not only that, right? He fight on Ryan Garcia's undercard.
that's hard to swallow itself right there.
So he's taking this fight, and it's kind of like embarrassing. You sue this man, you talk shit about this man, but now you his undercard. Come on, man. The one is really, really, really in a tight situation is him.
What comments really got underneath the skin when you guys were going back and forth? Where did it all start at? Where did it start? Did Bill jump in, or was it just you and Devin?
No, it was Devin just got in his feels about me saying that Rodriguez was the wrong guy for a comeback
Ramirez,
fight.
yeah,
That's all I said. I didn't come at his character. I didn't come at nothing. I just said, look, that's the and I was talking from experience. Like,
yeah,
yo, I've been in back tough fights, and they're very difficult. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
yeah,
that's why you'll see guys that top notch guys that, they come off a tough fight, win, lose, or draw, and the next fight is a smaller touch. You know what I'm saying? You don't jump back into a big one, you know what I'm saying? So all I said was that Ramirez was the wrong, it could be the wrong guy. Nah, if he proves me wrong, he proves me wrong. That's all I said. But then, he got butthurt and then threw a bunch of shots at me. And then I just hit him. I hit him back with facts.
yeah,
I
yeah.
just
You
hit him
did.
back with facts. I said, bro, I said, you coming at me, but you sue this man. Now you on his undercard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's very tough for him to swallow. You got that pride going, and that's the reality. But he doesn't have a choice. He's not going to say no to a comeback fight.
He
He's not
does
going
have
to.
a choice. He does have a choice
What choice is that? To not take on Ramirez
about.
or choose
He
another
had a
opponent?
choice not to be on Ryan's undercard. He had that choice, but but but
I wouldn't
it's
be a
like,
smart choice.
huh?
I don't think that would be a
Huh?
smart choice.
To not be on this card.
Yeah, hey, this is boxing. You take any opportunity you can when there's daylight and there's a big platform. So whether he had to swallow his pride or not, because to
I
me,
don't think it's I
because
don't
to
think
me,
it's
Gabe, this is
about
like a
I don't think it's about swallowing. I don't think it was about swallowing his pride. I think it just goes to show. I think it goes to show his character and his father's character. Y'all talk so much shit about Ryan.
yeah,
Y'all talk so much shit about Ryan. Y'all sued him. Y'all bashed his character. You know what I'm saying? Y'all came at him so crazy. Now y'all on his undercard. Humble yourselves. Humble yourselves. Y'all eating humble pie right now. You know what
yeah,
I'm
they
saying?
are.
Because y'all
They are.
look stupid. And y'all ain't had to get on the card, but y'all took the card because money rules y'all. Money controls y'all. That's all it takes is money to make y'all shut up. What kind of man are you that somebody can go like this to you, and now you just shut your dumb ass up, and now you want to act humble because they went like this? Come on, dog.
No,
Where I come from,
that's the
where I
truth.
come from, I don't care how much this you throwing in my face, bro. I don't do shit like that. I don't do shit like that. First of all, I would have never even sued the fighter. That's crazy in the first place.
No, they should have just let the commission handle it where it needs to be, and just move on, and just right away try to
Mm,
run it back or try to do something. But what happened, and Ryan got
yeah,
had to sit out a year. In
yeah,
my personal opinion, this is my opinion. I think
yeah.
Teofimo Lopez, Arnold Barboza should be the co-main event.
Oh, for sure. That's gonna be a great fight. That's gonna be a great fight. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be shit. That might be the fight that fight might steal the show.
Oh, I agree with you. I think it
You know what I'm
will.
saying? That fight might steal the show because there's beef in that situation. And as good as Teal is, I think out of all the fighters on that card, Teal is the more skillful fighter. Out of all the fighters on that card, I feel like Teal is the most skillful fighter, the most athletic fighter on the card.
I agree.
I'm not saying he's the best fighter on the card. I'm saying he's the most skilled, athletic guy on the card. Only thing is that he lacks his consistency. Sometimes he'll put on a great performance, and then sometimes he puts a still performance. Now, with him being off for so long and Barbosa being so active, that it could possibly backfire on him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know he was on inactive before he took on Josh Taylor. There was a big gap there. It's just I don't understand why he didn't stay consistent. You know, he had those close fights with Jermaine Ortiz afterwards. But I will say this: two big fights, Teofimo, was Loma and Josh Taylor. When they were big fights, Teofimo shows up. When there's nothing really motivating him, then you see like a lackluster of Teofimo Lopez, not the Teofimo that we're all used to. But I will say this:
Yeah,
Arnold Barboza is on at another level right now. If he was a baseball player, he would say, Richard, I see the ball like a basketball right now. I'm hitting
yeah,
everything. So right now in
yeah,
boxing, he's just on a different level as far as mentally right now. His confidence is through the roof right now. He's
yeah,
always wanted
exactly.
Teofimo even before the bouts. So I look for this
Yeah.
I think it's going to steal the show.
Yeah. Well, like what you said with Teal, you said that Teal rises to the big fight,
Yes.
Luma being the biggest one.
Right.
But let's be honest, Luma was injured.
That was a close fight
Luma was
too.
injured.
It was a lot closer
And
than what the judges had it.
not only was Luma injured, Luma had surgery right after the fight. That's how bad it was. And then let's not forget that the second half of the fight, when Luma was pressuring Teal, Teal looked like he didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
you know, look, did he beat Luma? Yeah, he beat Luma, but did he beat 100% Luma? No. You know what I'm saying? So when you say that he rises to the big occasion, yeah, I get that if it was actually Luma, 100% Luma, but it
He
wasn't.
No, I agree with you. But he pushed
Yeah.
Lomachenko to the limit. Whether he was hurt or not, he pushed him to a limit to that other fighters couldn't.
Was hard it's hard to fight when you got a ruptured shoulder. How can I mean what can you do? You pretty much fight with one hand.
Yeah, I
You know what I'm saying?
understand that.
So, and when Luma was sucking it up and was pressuring in those later rounds, which tightened up the card big time,
Big time.
Teal, if anyone looked in trouble in that fight, it was Teal. Luma never looked in trouble in that fight. Teal
Yeah,
looked in
never
trouble in
brought him.
that fight. If anyone looked like they didn't know what the fuck was going on, it was Teal in moments where it was getting hot for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's just the mistake that Luma made, and maybe he couldn't help it, but it was that he started slow. He started too slow in
I
the fight.
believe Gabe, he started slow because he started to feel that power. He started to feel that jab and feel that quickness. There was respect. And he did start slow. He didn't start until honestly, like the sixth and a half round. In the sixth round, if that makes any
Yeah,
sense. The beginning of the
yeah,
seventh. I mean, he barely started saying, okay, now he turned it on and stole those rounds and turned the
yeah,
fight on. But he wasn't. I was waiting for him to get off the whole fight as well as everybody else.
yeah, hmm
And I think
yeah,
surprisingly is that Lomachenko was able to land some body shots early in the round or early in the
yeah,
fight.
yeah. No,
Now,
Teal, man, Teal's a rhythm fighter. So
when
if
he's
Teal
having
could
fun,
catch a
yes,
rhythm, he gonna shine on you. But
yeah.
if you could break his rhythm and take chances in between, then then he gets jammed up a little bit. So with Barbosa, it's just a matter of Barbosa staying active and keeping the jab busy. Barbosa's most important punch in that fight is the jab. He has to keep the jab busy, busy, busy.
That and I think Barboza doesn't get enough credit for his body shots, but they come in combinations. I
Yeah,
see this fight Barboza being a boxer puncher and possibly surprising Teofimo with his power.
yeah. No, for sure. I think it's gonna be. I think that one's a toss up. You know what I'm saying? I think that was a toss up. As far as Haney and Ramirez, if it was the Haney before what happened to him with the Ryan fight,
coming
then
off coming
I
off
would I
the
would
Regis
lean,
Prograis fight.
yeah, I, um yeah, I would lean on Haney. But after what happened with him in the Ryan fight, then you know what I'm saying, like that's why I'm giving Ramirez the edge. And then with Rolly and Ryan, I just think Ryan is just the top dude in that division.
I think he is too. I think he's naturally bigger,
Yeah,
and he's going to have his way.
for sure.
I don't see it going the distance. But I will say this: I'm going to back on the Ramirez fight. A lot of money is transferring over to the Ramirez camp, big time. It's shifted. It went from okay,
Yeah,
he's an outbox him. Ramirez going to get outboxed. He's going to get beat. But after not just the press conferences, after a lot of people doing their research, such as yourself, a lot of money is going to the Ramirez camp now. It's shifting as far
yeah,
as the odds. What do you think
yeah.
the odds would be day of?
I mean, I think it'd be close to even. You know what I'm saying? I think it'd be close to even.
At least 2 to 1.
Um, yeah, I think it'd be close to even. But like I said, man, it's you got to really play in that factor of it's man. I'm trying to tell you, man, it's really really hard to come back from that kind of beating. You know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying? It's really hard. You know what I mean? I've lost fights, but I've never been concussed from round one to round 12.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that is
Like, listen,
elite. That's a breakdown.
I've been in bangers, man. Like when I fought Selecki, he dropped me 3 times, and then I got it up and I dropped him 3 times, and that was just you know what I mean? That was just a tough fight, but it was spurts. It was boom, quick flat. There were flash knockdowns. It's a difference from getting a flash knockdown where a guy hits you and you go down, and it's a difference from just getting beat up. Boom, 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 boom. Man, when death happens in boxing, and unfortunately fighters pass from a brutal fight, it doesn't happen from a knockout. It happens from accumulation of punishment. A
Absolutely.
guy just getting beat up from round one to the end, just constantly, constantly, constantly just getting beat down. And those are the most dangerous fights. So it really is really hard to come back from that. So I'm trying to tell you, if Haney comes back from that, then I'll be the first one to salute him. I'll be the first one to salute him and be like, yo, great job. You did something special. And that's what makes certain fighters stand out when they can come back from a loss and do something incredible.
When Marco Antonio Barrera got knocked out by Poison Junior Jones, he got knocked out, but it was a one shot. So he didn't take
Yeah.
his punishment. After that
Mhm.
fight, if he would have took his punishment, we would have not have seen the trilogy with Eric Morales and the Miguel's of the world and the
Yeah.
running it back with Manny Pacquiao and so forth. Because we would have said, hey, he took a punishment. That was it. Then Nassim Hamad's
Yeah.
would have never got to see that. It was one punch.
Yeah.
Took him out. Okay, his lights, he got counted out. That was it. Compared to taking a beating. I know exactly where you're going, where you don't know where the
Yeah.
doctor keeps coming in and, in the corners about
Fuck
to
is
stop it if he doesn't defend himself. That is a beating.
yeah.
No man, no human being could withstand that. That's, like being concussed throughout the first round and just
No, for
continue to
sure.
go because you have that heart and will. That does tear years off you. It tears everything off you, your confidence, your reflexes, and sometimes it can just go out. You can hear the
Yeah.
bell and you start remembering stuff.
And you gotta remember, this ain't the first time that Haney's been rocked. Where with the Norris, he got shooked up. And in certain other
Right.
fights, he got shooked up. And then with Ryan, he got, like I said, beat up bad. So it's like, you know, it takes a toll. And it really takes a special guy to be able to bounce back from that, not only physically but mentally. Because mentally, you could be a dog and you could be like, all right, we're going, like, let's go. But the body can't take it. The mind is like, I'm ready, but the body's like, nope. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So
Name some of those fighters that are special that would need so that he can refer to. Who are some of those fighters that
Well,
were
yeah,
able to come back from big
with
fights?
this fight, the fighters that are special are fighters like, Tito Trinidad getting dropped. How many times has Tito Trinidad got dropped and always got up and then finished his opponent? Manny Pacquiao,
That was all the
you
time.
know,
Tito get dropped, he
man,
could get up and knock you out.
yeah, Manny Pacquiao, that brutal knockout and then coming back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, there's a lot of fighters that just had that quality,
Tommy
Toro
the Hitman
guy.
Hearns got knocked out by Iran Barkley, and prayers for Iran Barkley right now. And he is
Yeah,
recovering
man.
over his stroke. Was able to come
For
back.
sure.
And
And look, man, I mean, I was able to do it a few times in my career. You know what I'm
I
saying?
was about to say you're one of them, bro. Because
When Bektemir dropped me with that body shot, it was the hardest I ever got hit to the body. It was just one of those. I felt like he broke my ribs, and I took that knee. I said, "Oh crap!" But I got back up and I knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? But
Gabe, I don't
so.
honestly, I don't think you're done. I see two more fights in you.
No, no,
I
no,
see
no. I
another
got, I
fight
got.
after.
Oh no, no. We cooking up.
Okay.
That's why. You know what, man? That's why I'm a little. That's why I'm a little on edge right now. That's why
It's
I'm a little
okay. This,
on edge right now. Cause
no,
look,
no, no,
we
no, bro.
we
This is who you are. I don't want it any
we
other
got
way.
we yeah, yeah. We got something in the works as far as just a comeback, just to get my feet wet. I got to get my feet wet. I can't. Let's be real. I can't just say I'm going in and fight a top guy off rip. No, no. I've been out of the ring for a while, so yeah, I'm gonna get my feet wet.
Yeah.
Get some rounds in me. And then the goal is to make the Berlanga fight happen. Like I said, we've been talking crazy smack. You know what I'm saying? It's a fight that it sells culture wise, as far as the Boricuas and the Mexicans rock with me heavy, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, East Coast, Puerto Rico, it's like it makes perfect sense, bro. Culture is just it's just a perfect
Bro,
fight.
you're
You know what I mean?
adopted by the Mexicanos, straight up, man. If you don't know that
Oh
already,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you already got it.
No
This
doubt.
you already know. But
No
I'll
doubt.
tell you
My
this:
wife is Mexicana.
why not get your feet wet on the head and headline Marv Nation?
Well, we'll see what's up, man. I
Okay,
think I like Marv. I like Marv, man. I think honestly, man, it's not even about being picky about what kind of card it is. It's just about me really going in there and just getting my feet wet and just
yes,
understand,
sir.
because I understand the process. I understand, like, can I get myself in the big fight? I know I can. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, is a strategy behind things,
That's right.
and I know I still got it in me, but you got, it's like when a baseball player is injured and then when he comes back, he might play a couple games in the minors before they put
Yeah,
him up.
double A, triple
Or
A.
even basketball players, play a couple games in the D League and then bounce up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like for me, man, it's just catch a rhythm, do a camp, get in a fight, and then right after that, we just, we coming for Palanga.
In one sentence, man, what does boxing need, and what does boxing need to stay away from?
Man, I think what's funny? People how long has it been when people go, boxing's not the same no more, the best are not fighting the best, or this that, and the third, but that's what makes boxing boxing, is the drama of it.
Yeah,
Because here's the thing, if the big fights always happen and the big names always fought, then that becomes the norm, and when it becomes the norm, it don't become special no more.
I agree.
It's not special no more because you get used to it. We become accustomed to what we're used to. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I love ice cream. I love chocolate ice cream. But if I eat chocolate ice cream every day, I'm gonna get sick of chocolate ice cream. You feel me?
Yeah,
But if I eat it every once in a blue moon, it's like, it tastes so good, right?
I agree
So
with you.
that's boxing. When the mega fight gets made, it's like, oh, like right now, the moment that it happens, because I believe it will happen, when Canelo and Benavides gets made, that's like the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
You understand? Like
yes,
everybody's gonna be so excited for that fight. You feel me? But if that fight was so easily made, then it loses that thing. You know what I'm saying? It loses that sauce.
you
So
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, it reminds me of. Do you remember? Okay, they had the heavyweight tournament. Michael Spink was in the heavyweight tournament. He won
Yeah,
that tournament. He was supposed to fight Mike Tyson. He pulled out and says, "No, no, he's going to do his own thing." So it was a build up, a build up. Did we get what we wanted? Not what we anticipated, but what did they call it?
yeah,
Once and for all. Mike Tyson versus
yeah,
Michael Spinks. But they were supposed to
yeah,
meet in the tournament, and Spinks says, "No, I'm
yeah.
going to go this way," and then he ended up fighting like
Uh-huh.
Gary Cooney or somebody.
For sure, man. And look, I think what we got now with this big event happening in New York, it's it's um
You're going to be there, right?
Ryan.
You're
Yeah,
on being
yeah.
there.
Is Ryan and Rolly. It's a great fight.
Yes.
Is it the biggest fight? No. But it's the way the card is stacked. The card is stacked with Barbosa, Lopez, Haney, Ramirez. Yeah, it's not like really the fight that would be dope would be Ryan and Teal. That would be like the mega one, right?
Yeah.
But they're on the same card because they're cooking it up. They're
Yeah.
lining it up.
Yep.
Where people was like, ooh, the winner of this one and the winner of this one, then fights
All
the
it
winner of
is a
this
big
one and this one.
tournament.
Exactly. Eventually the fights that we want to see will happen, but you gotta keep it you gotta keep it cooking for the fans where the fans are the anticipation is what makes the mega fight so big.
If you could add two more fighters, maybe one from 140, 147, if you could add two more fighters in there, who would you add?
On the card.
Yeah, on the card or
Yeah.
just two fighters to fight somebody?
This is a 47, so this fight's at 47. Man, you know what I'm saying? It would have been dope. Well, Crawford moved up to 54.
Yeah.
So 47, man. I mean, I think pretty much you got the big guys at 47 on that card, man. And you know what I mean? Obviously Tank is 40.
Yeah, I know Barboza
So
and Theo's gonna be at 140. I,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. Yeah, yeah. All right. I'm my bad. I'm
Yeah,
mistaken.
and then
I'm
they're
thinking
gonna
of
Ramirez and Devin Haney, they're supposed to catch weight at 144.
got you. Yeah. Um no, man, I think it's stacked exactly how it's supposed to be. I think I think maybe adding if you would have add a tank to it, it would have been dope. But you know what I'm saying? But I think it's stacked the way it's supposed to be.
I think it is. I think the opening act,
Yeah.
I would love to see Regis Pro Grace run it back with Josh Taylor, meet at 144. Just to put him on there,
Yeah.
put him back in the mix. You
Yeah.
never know.
On this card,
Yeah, I would do it just to do it if I could. It's just a
mm,
wish list
yeah.
because I
Mm,
personally I want to see Jose Ramirez and Regis Prograis. I want to see Arnold
okay.
Barboza, who he's fighting, Teofimo Lopez. I've been waiting for that fight. I'd like to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
Ryan, run it back, of course, but we'll see how it plays out, man. It's interesting.
Yeah,
I
for
I
sure.
see.
No.
I can't really call anybody a spoiler unless Rolly beats Ryan.
Yeah. No, but if Rolly beats Ryan, man, it's just like that's what makes it exciting. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I got Ryan winning the fight, but you know what I'm saying? That's what makes boxing exciting, that anything can happen. It just takes one punch. And one thing that Rolly does have is a punch.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah.
I'm just me. Maybe I shouldn't take it personal, but I am going to take it personal. I hope Ryan kicks his ass because I'm gonna tell you right now, Rolly made fun of my son. I'm gonna
Okay.
keep it real right
Oh,
here.
I
Yeah,
did.
my
Yeah,
son's
yeah, yeah.
my son's in heaven, and Rolly made fun of
Oh,
him. So fuck that
oh,
little.
damn. Oh, damn. I didn't even know that,
No,
man. I'm
no.
sorry about that,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
So
didn't know about.
to
Sorry
me,
about that, man.
he's worthless. So
Oh, yeah, 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 that's
worst
dirty
of a man.
for
So
sure. That's
I just had
dirty.
to get that out.
Yeah,
The time was right, and we
yeah,
talked about it. Other than that, I hope he
yeah.
doesn't get hurt. I'm pulling for Ryan.
No, I feel you. I feel you.
Three.
No, man. I think Ryan is a special guy in the sense of he has a craziness to him that is like a superpower and
I get it.
is dangerous in the sense of like what it does to your heart and what it does to your mind. personally as an individual, but that madness is what makes him an animal in the ring. And this sport is a gladiator sport. Like this sport is for is for the grimiest of the grimy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a
Yeah.
dog sport. And that's what makes Ryan dangerous. And that's what makes him so good, because when I realized that, damn, what affects the man as far as your heart and your mind, it makes him so lethal in the ring. Because I realized, I said, damn, this dude really had everybody thinking he was like crazy. And then he puts on this performance. There's no way that you could put on a performance like that. You know what I'm saying? And just like it just caught me off guard, bro. And I realized, oh, that's his superpower,
Yeah,
because that could make you or break you. Certain
absolutely.
guys that deal with those certain guys that deal with those mental things,
Yeah.
it could
It's
really
real, bro.
affect them fight time. Remember McCall, remember the
Oliver
heavyweight
McCall.
McCullough
Yeah, yeah. They're a
when he
breakdown.
just broke down in the ring
Yeah,
crying?
yeah, absolutely.
So it's really how do you channel that?
Exactly.
And Ryan just knows how to channel that in a way where come fight time, it works for him.
The only thing missing from Ryan that night was a cape. He was able to use
Yeah,
everything and focus to he used it for the good. And you know what, bro?
yeah,
That's his escape. He was able to use it as an escape instead of
yeah,
it using him and destroying him.
yeah.
He was able to
And
use it and take it bounds and
yeah.
leaps.
And you know what it was, man? Is he really, I can't say no other way, but he really didn't give a fuck. And when you
That's
don't
true.
give a fuck, you're dangerous.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
when you go in there and you thinking too much, and that's how I feel that Haney's gonna be, is when it bites you in the ass. You know what I'm saying? But like Ryan just got that thing in him, bro, and it's just like it's just hard to like bet against him.
That whole fight, he was focused, but I saw the transition as soon as Ryan was already Ryan, but as soon as he got hit by that left hook from Haney
Yeah.
and he welcomed it, that was it. That was it. It's
And
like,
and I think
okay,
al- and I
like he
think
just ate it and said, now I'm going.
yeah,
Now I'm gonna go get you.
and I think also the stage when he fought Tank helped him for the Haney fight, because it was such a big stage. But not only was it such a big stage, but I think Ryan honoring the contract with the weight clause,
Yeah.
he depleted himself. And I think that made him angry going into the Haney fight, remember he came in 3 pounds
Yeah.
heavy,
Yeah.
where he's like, I ain't doing that shit.
No.
And I think he had like a chip on his shoulder coming off that Tank fight, because he was like, damn, I shouldn't have done that to myself. But I ain't never gonna do that again. And that's why he came in so big, so solid, and was like, I don't care. You know what I mean? And that's just, it's not professional that he didn't make the weight,
No,
but
it's not professional, but I think
at
that
the
was
end of the
that was
at the end of the
self-diagnosed.
day, at the end of the day, Haney took the money. He took the extra money for
Yeah.
the 3 pounds. And then don't forget, Haney was the one that came the day of the fight bigger. I think he weighed like 165.
Haney's a big boy, man. I was surprised when I was interviewing him when he was 135, when he was still a top rank. I couldn't believe how he
Yeah,
was able to make weight. But I
for
mean,
sure.
he does what he needs to do. He's professional. He makes his weight. But
Yeah.
Ryan, he's not going to make the mistake. Ryan doesn't need a belt. Ryan's the name right now. A belt would enhance everything where he's going. But he
Ha-
had an opportunity.
Has
He didn't go
has
by it.
Ryan won a world title?
No, no,
That's crazy.
he doesn't need the belt. He's
That's
a name.
crazy.
It is crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
It-
He's literally like one of the top stars in boxing, and the dude didn't even win a title. It's wild. That goes to show that the fans just want to be entertained, and they
yeah.
invest in your personality and who you are. You know what I'm saying? And who you are as a fighter,
Ryan's at a point right now
as a
where
person too.
a bout wouldn't. I guess it would help him, but it wouldn't enhance who he is. He is who he is
Yeah.
without a belt. So what's a belt going to do is say thank you and put it over his shoulder, because it's never really pushed him to get to that belt. He didn't want to. Well, he didn't make weight, so he couldn't get a belt. But He already knew
Yeah.
going into camp, I'm not coming in. I'm not sucking myself dry. I'm gonna take every edge that
Yeah.
I can within the rules, and he
No,
did.
for sure. For
And did
sure.
that was a
And I
smart
think I think
strategic
he I
move.
think he said and I think he said that Floyd suggested to him just come 3 pounds heavy.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's the rumor.
Yeah,
That's
that's crazy.
I mean, and who knows? Another little slap back at Devin Haney as well. But
Yeah,
you know,
I don't think Ryan would lie about that.
no, I don't think so either. Ryan's at a place where
Yeah,
he don't need to lie. What you see is what you get. I
yeah.
mean, Ryan tells on himself. You know what I mean? He
yeah,
said, "I did this, I did that." He tells on
yeah,
himself. So nothing
yeah,
you're going to say is going to affect him. And
yeah,
I'll tell you where he got his spark from, though. Is don't mess with his dad. His dad is a fire plug, bro.
yeah,
There's where he
yeah.
gets that from. So it's
No,
all
for
in that
sure,
DNA.
definitely. Yeah,
So listen, man. I mean, I appreciate you coming on the show, sharing your
no doubt, bro.
expertise, man. I mean, you're always welcome to come on the show. Both, I'd love
For
to have
sure,
you and
man.
Admiral on here one day, man. And I
Yeah,
love what
man, we gotta make it work. We gotta make it work.
absolutely, I love what
For
you're doing for
sure.
boxing, man. I mean, because you're not
Thank you,
just
man. I
sitting back
appreciate it.
and you're taking it in your own hands with your own show. Well, what is the name
For
of your
sure.
show, and how can people subscribe and follow your show?
Yeah, man, it's Mi Gallo Boxing Podcast, man. So, it's Mi Gallo because, Latinos to us, Mi Gallo is a fighting rooster, man, right? So
Yeah,
it's when I was growing up and we would watch fights, my fathers or my uncles would be like, "Yo voy a Mi Gallo," which means that's my guy, Mi Gallo, because I grew up in the culture with the fights, with fighting roosters, right?
yeah.
So I grew up in that culture, bro. I see my uncles do it. You know what I'm saying? In Puerto Rico is very popular. They have like arenas where they do the big fights. So that's what Migallo is, man. Migallo is a fighter,
That's a perfect name, man. Because I
no
honestly,
doubt.
I still think Abner has a couple fights left in him too, and we talked about it briefly on the show. I know he does,
Yeah.
man.
No, after chilling, man. I don't know if he does, but what I'm saying. It's a lot of work, man. It's just getting back in shape. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of work, man. But that'd be dope, though.
It would be dope, but I want to talk about Abner for 1 second. I can guarantee you look at that closet, you're gonna have some gear. Those suits, those glasses, those shoes, that cologne.
Yeah,
Abner knows what time is
yeah.
it. He knows
No,
what
for
time when
sure,
it comes to
man.
going out. I ain't even mad at
For
him,
sure,
bro.
no doubt. Yeah,
Takes
yeah,
care of
yeah.
himself. He knows how to rock what he
No doubt,
has.
no doubt, no doubt.
So listen, man, you got 5 seconds. Any words for Berlanga at all?
Oh no, he already know what it is, bro. I'm putting the pressure on him, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he a free agent, man. So it's definitely is real easy to make. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So like I said, man, I'm gonna stay on my journey and what I'm doing. Work like I said, we're working on a get back fight. Like I said, get my feet wet, catch a rhythm, and then we gunning for him. And if it ain't him, then it'd be somebody else. But you know, um. It's for me, it's just a fight that has to happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at.
I think the fans want it. They were starting to buy into it. I thought it was going to
Oh yeah,
happen.
no
I was
doubt,
buying into it. I go, that's a great matchup. I want to see these guys go
no
because
doubt,
you just don't know what you're made about. Because I
no
believe
for
the
sure,
second half of the fight, you're going to take him into deep waters and make him answer
no,
questions he's never been asked before.
yeah, man. And another reason too, what intrigues me about the fight is what makes fight special, or when you count somebody out. So you got Gabriel Rosado fans that surely got me beating him. But then you got a lot of people too that say, "Oh, Gabe's washed up," or "Gabe's this," or "Gabe's that." And for me, it's that competitor in me where I want to prove them wrong, and that's what gets that fire going in me. And not only do I want to prove them wrong, but I want to prove it to myself too. Is a fight within myself, where it's like you got to push your body to the max. Like you got to do this. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I feel. You know what I mean? My last couple fights after the Munguia fight, I kind of lost the fire. You know what I mean? And I was doing it for the wrong reasons. And when you're fighting for the wrong reasons and you're fighting top guys that at the end of the day, I'm Gabriel Rosado, so they gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not all there. You know what I mean? Is why I left the sport because I just wasn't right. But right now it's like I definitely have something where I want to prove it to myself.
I think this break does a lot for a fighter. It lets you revive yourself, it lets you rekindle that fire and get you right mentally, physically, and spiritually. So a break's
For
doing you
sure.
good.
Definitely, no doubt. No, it definitely was helpful. You know what I'm saying?
But I tell you what, Gabe, you know what else is going to do you some good? Is we got to get you a
What's
Fighter
up?
Force hoodie, my man. I mean, what size are you?
Oh,
I
no
got to
doubt,
get
no
you
doubt.
one. I got to get you one. That'll do you some good.
XL,
That'll do
XL,
you some
bro,
damn good. Okay,
XL,
I
no
got you.
doubt.
I got you.
The next show, dog. I'm gonna hold you to it. Next show,
Okay, yeah, you got it. I'm gonna put
no
it away
doubt.
right now.
All right, for sure, no doubt, no doubt.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank our guest today, Gabe Rosado, and don't forget to catch him on the podcast with Abner Mades. And they're taking over the sport, in my opinion. They're reinventing themselves not only as commentators but as podcast hosts. They're still in the public eye. Not even give a man a shout out who came on Creed, so he does do some
Yeah,
acting as well. And if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please subscribe. It's www.youtube.com/thefightersvoice. Remember, every fighter has a voice, and so do you. As always, it's a wrap. Thumbs up for Richie.
Okay, fight fans, it's not goodbye, but until next week. Remember, it's always voiceography at its finest. So on behalf of Richard Ortiz, the special guests, saying hasta luego, babies. And always, thanks for listening.